Hey everyone, this is Joe Franco Jr. With my dad, and we're doing a little documentary on him. We did a first one about a month ago, and this is a second one. This is for his children, grandchildren, great grandchildren, possibly great grandchildren, as long as YouTube keeps this up on this channel of the history of the Frankels. Hey, Dad, can you real quick just tell them who you are?
Uh, my name is Joe Franco, Senior. Joe's my son, and I want to try and remember going back to 1949 around there. And I was born 1942, and we came from Billings, Montana, and we came to Washington State, and we wound up in this camp. It's called the Golden Farm. It's where the people used to stay for migrant workers. And that's what we were. But I was only about when we came down there. I was 3 months old. I was born in Billings, Montana, and we left there because there was more work over here. And my dad, well, he figured it was a lot warmer over here because Montana is real cold. And we come over here and wound up that it was cold here too. I mean, in Washington. Well, not as bad, according to my dad. And anyway, we lived in this camp, and I remember when I was 5 years old, and I was just a kid, a little kid. And I had three older brothers, and that one of them was named Frank. And he was 3 years older than me, and Emmanuel, he was 5 years older than me, and Sunday, Domingo, he was 12 years older than me. Of course, I had sisters in between, so there was 10 of us in the family. Anyway, when I was 5 years old, I remember that I used to go outside and play with the other kids who were 5 years old. But, and my brothers, they were older than I was, so they had like a little gang there, and there was about at least 10 of them. That was Emmanuel, my brother. He had a bunch of kids, and they had these tires, old tires, when they get flat, they blow out or something, or they didn't lay around, and they used to run around with the tires playing. And I wanted to be like them. So I'd grab a tire and try and roll it, but I couldn't do it not as good as they could. And so one day my dad saw me. He says, "What are you doing?" I says, and in Spanish, I said, I was playing with them, He says, "Oh, those boys are too big for you. You can't even see all that dust you guys are making with the tires." All I can see is your head sticking out. He said, "Well," so he come back and he had a tube, the inner tube, the tube that goes inside the tire. Then they didn't have tubeless tires. So anyway, he put air in the inner tube. He blew it up. He says, "Try this," and then I could handle it real good, just as good as their tire. But it wasn't a tire; it was an inner tube. So here I go running up behind him, and I could almost keep up with him. And then the other kids, they saw what I did, my dad did, so their dads did the same thing. So we had our little gang. We were running around with tires too.
Nice. So, what year was this again at the Golden Farm?
Well, let's see, I was 5 years old, so that was 1947 then.
1947. How old are you now?
I'm 77 now.
77 years old. Going to be 78 in July 16th. Yeah. So, in the Golden Farm, what kind of place was the Golden Farm?
Well, it was like I said, it was a migrant camp. They had rows of housing, like
Cabins.
yeah, cabins, but they're together.
Mm-hmm.
They have a wall in between,
Oh, okay.
So and it was one You see, it was one room, a big room, for a family. They and they had each one had two of them. So one was the kitchen and all that stuff in there, and then you go in through a door to the end of it, or go around outside and you get in. And in that room there was a bedroom, and we all slept in the same room. So you only got two rooms.
So a kitchen was one room, and then the big room where everybody slept?
Yeah.
Wow. And so that must have been pretty hard, everybody being in there and talking, and did you guys have I'm thinking you had a table and everything to eat at and everything?
Yeah.
Table, couches?
Yeah, we had a table and no couches. We had benches, made out of boards. So.
Okay, Grandpa make those, or they were already there?
No, my dad made them. He made the benches, and they had chairs, and he made those too. But they didn't have. Well, they had a big stove.
Well, where'd you go to the restroom at?
Outside, they had an outhouse.
Was that like a community outhouse for everybody to use, or just you all had your own individual outhouse?
No, they had one. Each row of houses had one at the end of the.
So all these people had to share one outhouse.
Yeah. And
wow.
Then there was another one for the other house. There was rows of houses. So one row had one outhouse, the other row had another outhouse.
Who was the owner of, was it called Golden Farm?
Yeah, the Golden Farm.
Who was the owner of that farm? Do you remember the owner was?
No, I don't remember who the owner was. I think it was owned by the government.
The government owned it?
Yeah, they made that for the migrants.
Okay.
They had a lot of work, there. And that Golden Farm was a big place. And they had their main crop was hops. They grew a lot of hops.
Now, were these hops all in that one farm, or were they in different areas?
Most of it was around the area there.
Oh, so you had to travel to go to work?
Yeah, sometimes, because they had like one farm, probably not a farm, but it was they grew hops maybe about a mile away or two. And they probably had 50 acres there, 50 acres in some other place.
Okay. So they had to have someone overseeing the farm, that like a manager or.
Yeah, they had a man, the camp boss.
Was he mean or was he nice? Back in those days, I heard they were pretty racist. Back in those days, in the 50s and 40s.
They were, but most of the people that were there were people. They were migrant workers from Oklahoma, and those were white people.
Oh, there were white people were there?
Oh yeah.
Huh. So you had migrant workers that were white people from Oklahoma?
They're from Oklahoma, Arkansas.
What, like hillbillies or something?
Yeah, sort of like they had a funny accent,
Oh, okay.
And we all spoke Spanish then. The ones that were there, and we were outnumbered by them. That was back in 1947. But by 1949, man, I remember I went outside and then I was already 7 years old. I was going to school. I looked around and I saw these bunch of trucks coming in with like army trucks. They got a canvas yellow and a little door in the back. They parked and somebody pulled out a little ladder and they pulled it out. People were coming out of there. And they were families.
What kind of families? Hispanics? White?
No, they weren't Hispanics.
Oh, okay.
Mexicans. They came in from Eagle Pass, Texas.
Eagle Pass, Texas. Yeah. Wow.
Because I remember I asked this one kid in Spanish, "Where are you guys from?" Águila. Águila means Eagle Pass. And they were from Texas. And they couldn't speak English either.
So they say there's a difference between Mexican Americans from or Mexicans from that time, from Texas and from the Yakima Valley. Do you know there's a big difference in how they acted or how they dressed and what they ate?
Oh yeah, the ones from over there, they were just like those hillbillies over there, and they spoke Spanish. We were more advanced.
Advanced.
We didn't talk like that. All they did was talk real fast. Couldn't even understand what they were saying. They talk Spanish, but they're fast, man. And our lingo was, we're from Billings, Montana, you know, and most of the people that were there in the 47, around there in 1940, they were all from Billings, Montana. They left Billings, Montana.
Your family left Billings.
Yeah, because there was more work over here.
So did the Escobars and all them follow you guys, or were they? It was just Grandpa and your family was there.
Well, our family came, and my grandma and grandpa came. They followed us.
And that's what Grandma and Grandpa is at the Patrons.
Yeah, but
Okay.
They followed. Well, my mom, she was Beltran, Beltran, and my dad was Franco. See, and all the Francos came, and all the Beltrans came. My dad's brothers, well, he had 5 brothers too, and 5 sisters, and they didn't come. I think only one of them came.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them, yeah.
Okay.
The 2 girls. They were married. They had that was the Escobars, and the other one was Herreras. They came to Toppenish.
Okay.
And when we came, there was already people there. You know, but some of them were from Texas too, but a different part of Texas, San Antonio.
Yeah.
There.
All right. So before we end this this story of Golden Farm, we're going to title it "The Days in the Golden Farm." What is one thing you can think of that was so funny when you were in the Golden Farm that you can think of as a kid? Just real quick, something that was just caught that to this day you thought about, man, that was funny.
Well, the kids that I hanged around with, it wasn't funny. It was just the way that they talked. They didn't talk like me and my brothers and my cousins that were there. Because we all spoke Spanish. We didn't speak English. But them guys, man, from Texas, every word that came out was a cuss word. I didn't even know how to cuss. I learned from them.
Yeah.
They were like, "Where'd you hear that word at?" And those kids, they would get at it, man. And then we grew up together. We went to school. In 1st grade, I was about 10 of us guys, you know. And we went to McKinley School in Toppenish. It was out in the country, about 5 miles out of town, out of Toppenish. And that McKinley School was, oh man, well, I hate to say the word, but they were really prejudiced in them days. And when we walked in there, man, all those white kids looked at us, who's these guys? and we didn't know English.
Mm-hmm.
So we spoke Spanish and we stuck around together, you know.
Yeah.
But the bad part about it was if you didn't, we had teachers in there that if you talk Spanish, they'd hack you, man. They had a big,
What is a hack?
a big old board about that big, had with a handle on,
Mm-hmm.
wham, and bend over. They told us right away, we don't want to hear you speak Spanish. We didn't know English. I came home with my butt all sore, man, I'll tell you. And I couldn't even sit down. My mother said, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "Mom," I can't sit down because it hurts." What happened to you? I said, "Well, the teacher got a big board about that big, and she hit me with it." Why? Because I was talking Spanish, man. I don't know nothing else. Oh, man, my mom, she couldn't. Why would she do that to you? And my mom was the type that, she was bilingual. My dad was bilingual. They could talk both languages, just like any American, white person. Because my dad was born in Arizona, and my mom was born in Mexico, but she was raised over here. So they could speak English, but they didn't teach us English because my grandma and grandpa, they didn't speak English. All they knew was Spanish. So we had to talk Spanish to them, and Mom figured, well, they'll learn in school, you know. But the bad part about it was that the teacher didn't want to teach us, I guess. And so he was with that paddle, and And I got home, my mom got mad about it, and she went. My mom was the type of person, don't mess with my kids. She went over there and went and talked to the teacher. Told the teacher, "You hacked my boy?" And she was surprised because she was talking English. And he said, "Well, he don't speak English, and I don't have that in my room. I don't want that." And she said, "You ought to teach him." And my mom said, "Well, that's your job. That's what you get paid for. That's why we pay taxes."
Grandma, that's why we pay taxes.
Anyway,
Oh man.
she got really into it with her, and then the principal came, and my mom said, "You better do something about this. I ain't got no time to be teaching my kids English because I gotta go work." She says,
Okay.
"Wait."
Oh, yes.
Anyway, and so anyway, what happened? That teacher got mad, and they fired her.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, they got another teacher, and he didn't know Spanish either, but he was a lot. I mean, she was a lot better.
Yeah.
She had, she'd grab us and play with us. She'd
Yeah.
encourage your Mexican or what. So there was about 10 Mexicans in that room, and there was about 10 white kids.
Any Yakima Indians?
Yeah, I was just going to say that there was a Yakima Indian. They had their other tribe there too. They could talk English, the Indians.
Mm-hmm. Any African Americans?
We had a couple of African Americans there,
Oh.
But they wanted pure English,
Yeah.
But after she hacked me a couple of times, I learned English pretty fast.
You caught on quick, huh?
Yeah.
So where was this golden farm, and where was the golden farm at? Was it in Toppenish?
Well, it's out of Toppenish, about maybe 3 miles, something like that.
But it's still in Toppenish, no?
Oh, it's still there.
Is it in Toppenish, the city limits, or is it out of? It's not in
No, it's
Toppenish.
out of the city limits.
Okay.
You come out of Toppenish and you go hit towards the Golden Dale,
Mm-hmm. Goldendale.
Yeah, 97, the highway,
Mm-hmm.
and you go about a mile or two. And then you get off the 97 there, and the side road.
Mm-hmm.
You go down there, and it's a road that goes to the Golden Farm, and that's about another 2 miles.
Well, when we're out of this COVID-19, we're in March 30th, I believe it's today, or March 29th of 2020. When we're out of this COVID-19, we'll take a trip up there. It's just to go check the Golden Farm and find out where exactly do you kind of remember where your cabin was at?
Yeah, probably is, but they're not the same anymore. They kind of, all those cabins were made out of boards,
Mm-hmm.
And now they got more, I think they're made out of blocks or bricks.
Okay.
And they kind of modernized it.
Okay. We'll have to go check it out. And McKinley School was in Toppenish?
Yeah, from the Golden Farm to McKinley School was another 5 miles. That was going,
You had to walk or?
no, bus.
Oh, bus picked you up?
Yeah, they picked us up and take us there.
Oh, okay.
And then all the people that lived there on that side of town went to McKinley into the 6th grade.
Wow.
And then after I went to junior high, then high school, the bus would take them to the Toppenish High School in junior high. So,
Okay. Well, all right, Dad. This is again a good story of Golden Farm and you as a child and your tire and kind of an idea what the cabins look like. Love to hear the story of Grandma. Was not a pushover, Grandma Franco, but is it Cruz? Yeah, Cruz Patron Franco Grandma was not a pushover. I can see that in the Francos. A lot of the initial Francos now, the first Francos of the Domingo and Cruz Franco, none of them are pushovers. They're kind of say their piece. So I see a lot of the grandchildren are that way too. Your grandchildren are that way. I look at Antonio. He's real quick to give you his opinion. And David's the same way, and others. But Dad, I just thank you for this, Dad. I know it's a long video, guys, 20 minutes, But I think years from now, you'll enjoy just knowing who your grandpa was, and
Yeah.
may not have been around as great grandchildren or to see him. We all know that we God gives us life, and God, when it's God's timing, He takes life away.
Okay.
We just want you, real quick, Dad, for your grandchildren, if they watch this, great grandchildren, what do you got to tell them, real quick, real quick?
Well, I just want my grandchildren to know that we've lived there already almost 50 some years, and I want you to continue doing what you're doing. And, because most of my grandkids are going to school, they're getting educated, and like Joe here, he was born in 1971,
Two.
72, and he went to high school and he graduated. He went to college and he graduated at the University of Northwestern University over there in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
And James, my other boy, he graduated too in Eastern Oregon University.
Western Oregon.
Or Western, yeah, Western. And Heidi, my daughter, she graduated in the same place that Joe went. So they're all educated. They got good jobs. They don't have to go. They don't have to live and walk 2 blocks to the outhouse like we had. Especially at nighttime, it was bad. They have no lights or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You better have a flashlight.
Yeah. Well, Dad, we're going to check out here, but for your great grandchildren someday that watch this, hopefully YouTube is still up during that time. I know that you would want the best for them, and
Yeah.
I know you'd want them to serve God. Real quick, just talk something about God. You're a believer of Christ, you and Mom. For your great grandchildren, maybe you see them, maybe you won't see them. But what would you have to tell them that are watching for your great grandchildren about God?
Well, I would tell you that to try your best, if you're old enough, to go to church somewhere where they preach the full gospel and receive it, and receive Jesus Christ as a personal Savior, like my family did, and that way you know where you're going. What I mean by that is you're going the right way, and you're not going to be a delinquent or wind up with no education or nothing.
Mm.
In the old days, it was different, and most of the kids went to the 8th grade and they quit, because you could quit in the 8th grade.
Yeah.
But you keep going, and you get your own business, or you get good jobs. And I was lucky that I graduated from Toppenish High School
Mm-hmm.
there in 1960, and my sister graduated there. So there was 2 of us that graduated out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
No, 3 of us in the family.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, awesome, Dad. Well, thank you. I know your grandchildren will like this, and your great grandchildren will like seeing this. All right, love you, and I'm gonna post this, and hopefully they'll be able to watch this too down the years to come. All right.
All right.